Yo, what's going on, guys? Snoozeman back here within the YouTube video, and today we're actually going to talk about the best league settings to use before starting a franchise here in Madden 22. And pretty much, guys, I just opened a random offline franchise, used an active roster, and I'm on the Chicago Bears. And so I'm on the customization part, and all we have to do to get to the league settings part is obviously right here under start playing. It's one of these options, and all we're going to do is go into league settings right here, and then obviously we have a whole bunch of different settings. Now a little while back I did cover XP sliders. I covered gameplay sliders. I also did cover league settings, but this is league settings before and to get you ready before you actually open up the franchise mode. So I'm going to get you guys all set up on that. So what we're going to want to do is start up top, and I'm just going to break these down step by step. Now, starting out with skill level. Now, we can raise this up to all Madden. Now, I'm leaving it on all pro because for the most part, I'm a guy that goes through a lot of simulation franchises and tests a lot of things out. So I'm kind of just at the all pro stages right now. I haven't been really doing a lot of gameplay within franchise mode. I have, which if you guys are more so doing gameplay franchises, I would challenge yourself if you're decent at the game and turn it up to all Madden. But right now, it doesn't really particularly matter. So I'm just kind of keeping it on all pro right now. Always have it on simulation, guys, moving into game style because honestly, it's already kind of unrealistic with some of the gameplay if you do play it. Obviously things that have already happened for a while within Madden gameplay. You throw it up to a receiver against the AI corner, they're going to moss them half the time if you have a really good receiver. So I'd keep that on simulation. And there's a lot of other things that goes into that, but keep that on simulation. Now, this is a huge thing. This is a brand new thing that came to the game in the pre-order bonus. So I'm going to read this real quick. If on, any user who has a pre-order bonus will be granted staff points if they are the first coach or owner on that team. If no, no user will get the bonus staff points. So pretty much if you guys did pre-order the game, you pre-ordered either I believe it's the Dynasty or the MVP edition, you're going to get additional franchise points to start out with. So that you're going to get additional franchise points to start out with that others won't. So your other friends, let's say you're doing a league and you have someone that didn't pre-order the game, or they did and they only got the standard, and you guys want to be fair, you guys just want to start out at 0 franchise points, and you guys have a mutual interest in that, then we can turn that off so everyone can just be fair and start out with the same number of franchise points. But again, I'm a person that more so is dependent within my franchises, so I'm going to keep this on just because it's fun to use what I got for pre-ordering the game. I mean, I spent a lot, got the MVP edition, so I like to use that edition and that feature along with my franchises that I play, especially because I'm an independent, more so franchise person. Now, a lot of these I just kind of keep at the same trade deadline off for right now, unless it's kind of getting annoying and you kind of want to go look up players, or you might want to try to trade for players even though it's past or post trade deadline. But I'm keeping this off right now to keep this more so realistic. Trade type, coach firing. This is another thing, obviously, that came along with the managed staff feature. I'm keeping this on CPU only just because I'm not worrying about it too much. Now, I can really sit here and try to mess with it, but I'm just keeping this at CPU only right now. Salary cap is always on, guys. Don't turn that off. I just feel like that gets too unrealistic. Now, injury, pre-existing injury. I have injury off. I want to develop my players. Now, you can leave them on, but I feel like there's a point where it actually kind of becomes unrealistic if you leave it on, because there's a lot of crazy injuries that happen that just aren't really consistent, and I kind of just keep that off so I can develop my players and kind of just the morality of it is kind of have fun within franchise mode. And then pre-existing injury, I want to talk about this super quick because I have this off because as you guys can see in the top right here, it determines whether to begin play with real life injuries. I have this off because if you leave this on, you're going to play with real life injuries. I want to play with everyone. I want everybody on the on these rosters so we can play with them within our franchise league. So make sure you guys are turning this off too, because if you go into franchise mode, quick tip, because if you go into franchise mode and you didn't make this adjustment and you left pre-existing injury on, once you start, you back out of this and you start playing and go into the league, it's going to stay on. So make sure you actually, this is huge, and making your initial adjustments, early adjustments for your league settings before you go into your franchises, because again, pre-existing injury will stay on if you don't make this adjustment now. So make sure you guys are making that adjustment now. I know I had one person ask that question from before. A lot of these fatigue stuff, progressive fatigue, I turned on because, again, that's realistic. Practice injury still can happen even though injuries are off. So I know it's really bizarre, but it has happened to me in my franchises already. So just have that off. And again, those are the most important part. Is these so I would so ranging from, let me see, skill level all the way down to practice injury. That's the most important part of league settings. A lot of these other stuff you can kind of touch basis on, which I didn't really. The dev trait management is a big one, but they already have it realistic and what it should be. I haven't really touched that. I will look into that maybe for the future. Quarter length, again, I'm more so a simulation guy. I feel like for that purpose, I keep that right there because I feel like that doesn't really change anything. And then a lot of these are set to manual. And then, guys, right here, I know a lot of you guys kind of are annoyed with the tutorial pop-ups. The voice that talks over you, you can actually shut that completely off. You have to do this every single franchise you guys open, though, so make sure you guys are turning this off for every franchise, or you will hear a background voice talk over you for whenever you're scouting rookies or you're opening a brand new franchise league. So it's going to happen every single time. You have to go in and turn this off. So just a quick tip for that. But that's pretty much the best league settings to go in, and it'll just save if you back out, and we can start playing here. So that's pretty much it, guys. Hopefully you guys did like a lot of these league settings. I know they kind of are preference based and what you guys prefer. But again, put in the comment section if you guys agree or disagree to that. And again, comment anything down if you guys want to see, or what you do want to see for any future Madden 22 tip videos. And make sure you guys are leaving a like and hitting that sub button. But that will be it for today's video, guys. And until next time, I will see you guys in the next one.